Alrighty. Hello, you guys. Welcome to another live. The last couple days I've been trying to figure out how to stream like Star Stable because I wanted to do a Star Stable training time. I just haven't like been able to because I was trying to figure out um how to do that. But I finally figured it out. So we're gonna do um a a stream today. So, um, we're going to be training Blind Fortune. He is at level 10. As I've mentioned before in the past, I've been trying to um, get, because I'm really, like, I've said this in my last training time, I'm really good at getting horses to level 10 because I can do that in like one day. So I'm really good at getting them up to level 10. And then after that, I just kind of quit. And I usually will use like star coins to just like get them up the last 5 levels. But I'm gonna try to not do that because sorry, my brain just went blank. I'm gonna try not to do that because that's a waste of star coins. So, and honestly, like recording helps like me focus and be able to get this stuff done. So, I've already gotten 2 horses that were at level 10 maxed. So Blind Fortune is the next one. And I'm going to try to get at least like 2 or 3 more maxed out before I focus on getting any other horses up to level 10. So that's what we're going to be up to. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for today. Um, I do have food on the way. So I will do like a quick pause when I go grab my food. But um, but yeah, I figured today would be a good day to stream, and I I was feeling I didn't have as much motivation to get on and train today, but I was like, well, if I stream or record, then I'll have the motivation to do it. So that is what we're going to do. So we're gonna train. Again, I don't know how long this is gonna go for, so I don't know how like I don't know what level we're gonna get Blind Fortune to. I'm hoping like level 12 at least. Um, like possibly 13, but again, I don't know how long we're gonna train for today. But I'm hoping to at least get him up to level 12. That's the goal. So, yeah, I again, like I've said this before, I do not have a training schedule, so or a training schedule, haha, a recording schedule. So I just get on when I feel like getting on. Um, And for those of you who have come checked out my YouTube or my Instagram page, thank you. It means a lot. I actually will post on my story here in a second that I'm live in case anybody wants to join real quick, if they can. I know it's kind of hard because I stream in the middle of the day, and so a lot of people are in school or doing stuff or work. So I know it's kind of harder for a lot of people to get on during the day, but it's funny because I have like the opposite schedule because I usually work in the evenings and I'm usually free most days because I try to get my schoolwork done like first day of the week. And I'm like 2 weeks ahead on school right now. So I have a lot more free time than I thought I would have. I thought I was going to be a lot more swamped, but I got a lot of school stuff done the last couple days. So I do have a lot more time to to record. So I don't know if it'll stay that way, but um, yeah, we'll see. Who knows? So, all right. But yeah, we're just gonna train for a couple hours, and we're gonna see what comes of it. It was funny. I woke up this morning and I was like, "Oh, I need to go do schoolwork, and I need to do this and this," and I was like, "Wait, I'm like 2 weeks ahead. What am I thinking?" I probably will do some school tonight just because I'm gonna be bored out of my mind. And I don't know, I when it comes to like work stuff specifically, I've kind of been in a burnout recently. So I just haven't had the motivation to work. which is kind of bad, I know, but luckily my work is one where it's not huge, I guess, if I don't go to work. And like I have enough money saved up for my car payment for the next like 3 months, but I don't like having to use my savings on that, so I definitely will try to I'll try to work probably tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of in a burnout. I worked a lot for like the whole month of February. I worked so freaking much. And I tried to like kind of ignore it, but I think it kind of got to me. And so I'm kind of like burned out now. And it's like not even like in work stuff too, but like I'm just exhausted. Like I just don't have it in me right now. So all right, I went ahead and snapped a picture, so I'm gonna go ahead and post on my story. Um oh, hold on, I have to retake picture because it got me in the background. Haha. Noise. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Um, did I get the picture? Yeah, I did. Okay, phew. Uh, hmm. All right, there we go. All right, so I got that posted, and then let me open back up my stream on my phone because if anybody chats me, that's where I'm going to be looking because I don't have two screens. Technically, my dad's again if I needed to, but I'm going to try not to do that because having two laptops would stress me out a little bit. Okay, so as you guys have seen, they have changed the way they do the Trailblazers, and a lot of people are not happy about it. There's a lot of like I wouldn't say particularly like anger. I think there is some anger in some sorts, but it's more of a lot of frustration because like they cap you out at like you can only do like 12 races or 12 activities or something, and then you can't get any more points for the day, and that is bugging a lot of people. And there's only like 25 um, like checkpoints instead of 35, and they're not like doing the consumable like flowers or stuff anymore. So I kind of wanted to talk about that for a minute because it's definitely kind of a big thing going around right now. Um, I can understand the frustration. I can understand the frustration. For me, mainly, like I can understand like why it would be. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Okay. I can understand why a lot of people would be frustrated about it. Um, mm, there we go. I can understand why people would be frustrated about it because like usually if you collected like fireflies or you did other stuff, like it'd give you like one little point or something, you know. And if you just run around for an hour collecting fireflies, like it'll get you a good amount of oh my god, it'll give you a good amount of trailblazer points, you know. And if you just like got on and trained for a couple hours, like it did rack up quite quickly. So on that end, I can understand the annoyance. Um, that's kind of the only thing I find annoying personally. Um, I besides that though, I don't really like understand like the annoyance of that. I don't know. Like I guess it's just not as big of a deal to me because it's like okay, like I get it for those who can't get on every day and like, they can't get the 120, you know, little 12 races every day. Like yeah, I get how it could be frustrating, but like I don't know. I don't feel like it's as big of a deal as people are kind of making it out to be. like, again, I can see how for some players who can't get on very often, it can be frustrating. But, like, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I could totally be wrong, you know. And then, like, also getting rid of like the flower consumables. Honestly, I'm really glad they did that. Because that was driving me nuts. Because like if you look in my inventory from actually, hold on. Let's finish this little quest thing first before I get carried away. But like, you know, if you kind of saw a quick glimpse of my inventory there, I have so many of those like flowers, and I don't need them all. Like, obviously, you need them for like the little like questing in Valdale. But like they're not like huge because like they have the flowers all over like Jorvik everywhere. So it's like sorry. Whew. Like, I don't know, it's just not that big of a deal. And I'm honestly glad they did that. Like, I'd rather them give us like better rewards than just like the flowers and stuff. So I don't think it's that big of a deal personally. I know a lot of people like they're giving like more of the happy hoof treats, I believe is what they call them. I like that personally. I know a lot of people complain that like, oh my gosh, we never use them. It's a waste of, you know, blah 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 blah. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like I don't know. Like I like again, like I can get where some people are coming from. I really do. But like oh, they're giving you 10 of the happy hoof treats? Okay, I did not know that. Okay, that's a little bit more understandable. If they're giving you 10 of them, yeah, that's a little bit more understandable. But like the large jars of wisdom are really awesome. Yeah, they are giving us a lot of happy hoof treats, aren't they? Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know that before, so if that is the case, then I can see why a lot more people would be frustrated. So sorry for my uneducation on that. But okay, yeah, I can see why that would be it's a little bit overboard. Like if they just gave us like one, I don't like again like that. I don't think that would be that big of a deal. But yeah, they do give us kind of quite a bit, don't they? Okay, so it's over there. Okay, so yeah, that is a little bit more understandable in that sense then. But like I just don't think it's that deep. Like, you know, they're only giving you 25. Like, I don't know. I could totally be wrong here, but I don't think it's that deep. I really just don't think it's that deep. But I don't know. Again, like I get it. Like if you guys don't like it, you know, and you just like, you know, especially if you can't like log on every day, you know, and you won't be able to get the Trailblazer, like I get it. Like that's frustrating, and I understand that. But like I don't know. I just don't feel like it's that big of a deal. I don't know. I could totally be missing something, and if I am, and you guys are Star Stable players, let me know what your thoughts are on it, like personally, because like I've read the comments. Like I've read the comments on like posts people have been making and like all that, and a lot of people are really really unhappy with it. Again, I don't think it's that deep. Like honestly, if anything, like I feel like it's a little relieving because it's like, oh, okay, like, you know, we only have to do this much. Like it's I don't know, I feel like it's more of a checkbox thing. And like personally, I like that more. But for people that are like, oh, I can only get on like once or twice a week for a couple hours, and so like I need, you know, the time to be able to just grind and grind and grind and grind and grind for a couple hours so I can like finish off the Trailblazer. You know, and if that's like how you do it, then yeah, I can understand why this would be really, really frustrating for you. Especially if you like really want the Trailblazer outfit. I don't know. I guess it's not as big of a deal to me because a lot of the Trailblazers, like I don't usually like the stuff they put in them. Like the last Trailblazer, I did not like. I didn't get anything like hardly from it because I didn't do the Trailblazer because I didn't like it. And like one of the Trailblazer sets, I have it, but I don't like it, and I actually probably will end up selling that set. So like, you know, I don't know. It's just not as big of a deal to me. And also, it's like, look, if you miss the Trailblazer, like the outfits come out 6 months later. So like, you know, like the one we have right now comes out in like September or something. And like, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, 6 months is really not that far away. Like you might think it is, but like it's really not. Like, it is not that far away at all. So I don't think it's that deep personally. But like, again, like if you can only get on Star Stable like once or twice a week, and like and you just really need to grind those hours so you can get that like your once or twice a week, then I can understand why that would be really frustrating for you guys. But for me, who has a little bit more free time and can just like get on when I want right now, I don't know, it's just not that deep. And like, even if I couldn't get on, like because of school or something, again, I don't think it'd be that deep for me because, like, again, it's like, okay, well, like if I really want the outfit, like they're gonna come out with it 6 months later anyway. So like, it's not that big of a deal. So I don't know. That's my opinion on it. I know that a lot of people would like are probably really mad at me for saying this, and this is probably like a very controversial it's probably a very controversial thing to say, but for me personally, it's just not that deep. It's just like, okay, whatever. So it might change later on, like if there's an outfit I really like and I'm like busy and I can't like get on, then like yeah, I'll probably be a little bit more frustrated. But I also feel like, again, it's not that deep because Star Stable is on mobile now, and so it's like, okay, if you can't like get on for you like on your laptop or something, you can play on your phone, and like you could play like a couple things on your phone if you have free time, and then you can play like later in the evening or something like that. As long as you have Wi-Fi, I guess. But like, you can do that too. So I don't know. There might be something I'm missing here. Like your school might have like, because I know they're implementing this in some schools and in some states. I don't know particularly where. I know in my state they're starting to implement it, but at least if you're in the United States, I don't know how like UK or any of that does that. If there's anybody watching from that area, but I know in like some like high schools and stuff like that in my country, they make you lock your phone in these like secure pouches during school hours because they're just having, oh my gosh, I hate this carousel sometimes, because like there's such a big issue with students on their phones, and like I understand it, like I really do why schools are doing that because it is a real big problem, especially I feel like the younger the generations get, I feel like it's getting worse. Like if there's anybody who's in those younger generations, I'm not trying to call you out and I'm not trying to say you could be that person, but I'm just saying on like an average general scale that tends to be a problem. And like I get it, we all kind of have a phase where I feel like we kind of get addicted to our phones, and we kind of get like issues that way. It's like I get it, but it's it's also like, okay, come on, like it is a little bit obsessive. Like if you look at like general statistics of people like getting anxiety and depression and like mental health problems, it is so it's so horrible, and it's because people just use their phones, and then when they're met with like, oh, you actually have to go out and talk to somebody, or like you have to actually go in for a job interview, people can't do it because there's so much anxiety because people just don't know how to do that anymore. And it's really it's honestly really awful, and I don't think a lot of people really realize that, but a lot of like your social anxiety and stuff like that comes from your phone. Like it comes from you scrolling, it comes from, and I'm sure you've heard this from a million people. And so you're probably like, oh my gosh, it's this pep talk again. Because I get it. My boyfriend gives me this pep talk too, and I'm like, oh my gosh, shush. But it is true. Like, and I honestly, like, I've started to notice it in like the last like 6 months. Like I've really started to notice it. Like I said, I've kind of been in a slump like right now, and like mental health wise, I've kind of been struggling a little bit. And like when I realize that I get on and scroll, like I honestly, like it gets worse, and I get more anxious and I get more stressed. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I know I feel better when I'm able to like get out and like go hang out with somebody or go out and like work or something. So like it is a thing. So I can understand why schools are doing it. Obviously it's kind of hard, and I don't think that like them locking away phones is going to be I don't think it's going to be a good permanent solution because there's always going to be those exceptions of people that have to have their phones around. Like for instance, if you have like type 1 diabetes or something, and you need to be able to like check your insulin or something, or just other stuff like that, like medical problems where you're going to have your phone. And it is going to be like hard because then they're going to have to get doctor's notes that are going to be signed off by the teachers, and it is a whole process. So I can understand why they're doing it, and I think in a way it is a good thing that they're doing it. Like granted, I just, again, I don't think it'll last. I think it's good that they're trying to do something about it, but I just don't think it's going to last personally. But if it does, then it probably might be for the better for some students. My boyfriend's mother is a teacher in our religion, and she has a huge issue with because she works with teenagers. She works with, I think it's like 16, 17, 18-year-olds. She teaches, and she has a huge problem that none of them are respecting her and none of them want to listen because they're all on their phones. And it's really frustrating both for her, and it is a little bit frustrating for me. It's like, okay, I get it. Like if you don't want to be at church and you don't want to like be part of this religion, like, like I get it. Like it can be frustrating. It can be kind of annoying. Like I personally don't have a problem with that because I love the religion I'm in. But like, for other people that don't like it and like their parents are quote unquote forcing them to go to church or whatever, I can get how it can be frustrating, but it's also like you can at least have the courtesy to put your phone down. Like even if you don't like listen or something, or like you're not participating, like that's better than just completely ignoring your teacher. Like your teacher spent like waking hours trying to put the lesson together, and she's legitimately, like, I know that's not the same for all teachers, but my boyfriend's mother, like she genuinely cares. Like she genuinely cares, and she does genuinely try. So it's like, okay, like at least like try to be respectful. And I'll say the same thing to you guys. Like if you guys are in a religion or you guys are in school or whatever, like I get it. You guys might not like school and you guys might not like your church. I get it. All right, we've all had those moments. But still, try to stay off your phones. Like you don't need to listen, intently. You don't have to like try to, do anything else. But just put your phone down. Like just show the courtesy that like you care that this person is giving away like hours or time of their life to try and like make your life better, even if you don't fully appreciate it or understand it. Just try to be courteous. Like just please just try to be courteous. If your parents don't enforce it, which a lot of parents don't, which is a whole nother problem, please just try to be courteous. Like it's really it's not that deep, and it really is just easier to just be courteous than it is to just act kind of like a prick a little bit. So I don't know, that's kind of my 10 cents on it, is like just please try to be nice to your teachers and try to put your phone down. It's like it's not that big of a deal, and you'll probably find that like you don't have as like many notifications as you think. Like I know for like a while I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to have my phone near me because like what if somebody contacts me and I need to answer, blah 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 blah. But like recently, like I've noticed it's like, okay, like I get maybe one notification an hour that's like actually important, that like actually needs to like be taken care of like right then, like a text or something, or like once in a while I'll get a phone call. Like it's really not that, like, okay, don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this the wrong way. But like if you died tomorrow, the world would go on. Like if that makes sense. I'm not saying like do anything stupid. Like please don't. Like the world like in its own way would not be the same with you gone. But I'm just saying, like, if you died tomorrow, the world would like move on, if that makes sense. And so it's like, it's okay to put your phone down and to not like respond to people or to not be on social media for a couple hours. It's not going to kill you, and it's not going to kill anybody else. You know, like if a friend texts you, it's okay if you don't respond for a couple hours, you know, and if they